Hey, how are you doing today, Facebook? This is Dave Elliott. I am the leader and founder of the Baltimore Washington Power Team, and I wanted to introduce a great friend of mine who is going to be our speaker this month. He's someone I've known for a lot of years, like 10 years now. He is a co-founder of the New York Power Team. He's my buddy, Joseph Varghese. Joseph, how are you, brother?
Hey, everybody. I'm doing fantastic. I'm really excited to be coming out there on 8/8/2018. I think it's a really magical number, 8/8. I love the number 8 for a lot of reasons. Upside down, sideways, infinity. So I'm really excited to come out there to the Baltimore group and connect with several of your members
Awesome.
next Wednesday.
Let me tell him a little bit more about you while we have him here live. Joseph, my friend Joseph Varghese is also known as the Breakthrough Engineer. He is a peak performance coach. He is a neurostrategist, co-leader of the New York Power Team. As I said, he is passionate about empowering others to stay focused, driven, and living their highest potential. I know this for sure. And for over 15 years, he's been immersed in the science of peak performance, productivity, and gamification. He loves to take great things to learn and make it fun and interesting and keep you engaged and help increase your learning ability and capability. And he's also a master at reinventing himself. This guy has launched himself into 7 different careers successfully, and he teaches other people how to do it. And he's got this little side thing that he's been doing for a long time. It's actually something he's been doing for a long time called Success Circles. And he's going to tell us a lot more about that today on our interview, and he's going to tell us a lot more about it when he shows up at the Baltimore Washington Power Team this coming Wednesday. So I hope you'll be out to learn more about it. So Joseph, the title is Bridging the Gap to Your Dreams, accomplishing your 1-year goals in 90 days. That is a pretty huge offer, my friend. Can you tell us a little bit more about how you compress and bend time down to accomplishing an entire year's worth of goals in just 90 days? That's
Yeah.
amazing. Tell us more about that, bud.
Awesome. Well, I know your audience, my audience, are very passionate about Tony Robbins' work, right? The whole nature of the why, for example. And
Right.
Tony's got a system called RPM, Results, Purpose, Massive Action. And any of you, perhaps you've immersed yourself into it, you know the complexities of it. So one thing I'm very passionate about is the whole nature of getting a lot done in as much little time as possible. And over the past 12 plus years in the community, I've been organizing success circles. I've had an opportunity of practicing with people, and like life is a game, right? So if you see each day as being a game, like you think of a game as being 3 quarters, 4 quarters, depending on what game you're playing, and you're able to, if you're able to like manage like what you're doing and really be fully intentional about it and being fueled by your why, amazing things can happen. And people are blown away at times when they hear what I can do in my day, but I'm also really inspired when I see what people in my community are able to do too as well. And it's not difficult, and it's, I years ago I started Success Circles. I particularly started it after Day with Destiny, and
Mhm.
we were all out to learn RPM, right? And RPM is a great model. The Time Your Life is great. It's a great model. But it can be a bit complex to sitting down for hours, kind of managing your week, mapping out your purposes and so forth. I found a way to kind of make that all sustainable, make it fun and engaging. And it really comes down to a bunch of different strategies, including theming your day, really owning your power on a moment by moment basis. So I'm going to share with your audience come Wednesday, like how to like go deeper into that, how to like really create an environment that inspires you, drives you, pulls you forward moment by moment. And it's just really designing your environment, and fueling your internal environment, and also just really being connected with your why at a deep level, and being able to have like declare and really be fueled by this thing, this purpose within ourselves, such that it pulls at our heartstrings.
Yeah.
And I believe you. I mean, I've seen you as a leader over the years, the Power Team, and particularly with your intention around relations, being like a leader in that, helping others, for example. I can see that fuels you in that capacity of being an awesome coach, right? And I believe
Absolutely.
I believe we can have it in any area of life that's important to us. It's just a matter of being fully present to that, and often also cutting out the distractions too in life as well. Also, so you can be really present to all the things that are important to us, designing our environment and much more. So I'll go deeper into all of that and how to make it easy to do, because I'm really passionate about that. Life is a game, and it's really about playing a bigger game. Especially if you're watching this, and you're part of Dave's group, or the New York Power Team, or if you're watching this. There's a reason why you're involved, and it's likely that you want to really improve and be able to Tony talks about this concept called CANI, constant and never-ending improvement.
Right.
So like how do you fully embrace that and make that a reality where every day you're compounding your dreams, like really making small investments each day and doing it so much so it's fun. So that's been my game over the years.
Yeah,
Dave.
I think I love what you say about, turning this into a game. Powerteam was born to bring a lot of, amazing peak performance, personal development enthusiasts together. And a lot of them, as you well know, having led the New York Power Team for so long, a lot of them tend to be entrepreneurs, or let's just say they might work for a company, but they're very independent. They structure their own days. And, those types of folks, we have so much freedom that sometimes we tend to struggle because as you mentioned, you're playing a game, but a lot of times we don't necessarily know all the rules of the game. We don't know how to set it up effectively, to win the game. It's just like, if you don't know exactly how much time is on the clock, or if you don't know, what the score is at any given time, or you don't know what's allowed and what's not, and I think a lot of times when we're playing a game, and I see it in relationships with my clients all the time, there are certain rules to the game. And if you're unaware of the rules, ignorance of the law is no excuse. So I love the fact that you're taking it and relating it to something that they know, and you're creating it. Success is like actually something that they can win, and you're gonna simplify it and make it a lot more fun, and by just eliciting a lot of these strategies that will help people perform at a much higher level, and be pulled toward what they want rather than struggling to get there. I think that's going to be amazing content for my group. So thank you, man. I'm really looking forward to having you down here.
You're welcome. Yeah, I'm excited about it as well also.
Yeah.
Baltimore's one of my favorite spots. My wife and I, we were dating. We were out there. I come out there often for that reason. And two of my buddies out, actually, they're in my community. Gary, you met him as well also. He'll be there with the meeting too.
It'd be great to see him.
Yeah. And these guys also really take that concept too. I mean, everything. I love Tony's work because he's all about peak performance, right? He considers himself a peak performance coach, and as such, he values health as a top priority, right? And when you can manage your energy and your health, it makes everything else a lot easier. So we'll talk about that too as well. I'm very blessed in that I've had 20 plus years to work on myself. And as of you also, and you and I did our first UPW together in New Jersey back in 2003, November 2003.
That's right. Wow. Yeah. A little bit's changed since then, huh?
Exactly. 15 years now this year, right? It's pretty amazing what has happened over those years. The great thing is when you go to an event and you actually apply what you learned right away, right? You kind of throw the hat over the fence. You're forced to jump over the fence or find some way to cross the fence to get the other side. And it's so easy to watch this and go to something else, but actually go and sit down at a Powerteam meeting and absorb and engage and ask questions or something about that really feels, that'll, makes a difference. I believe people actually participate that way, for example. Right. Yeah. And I look at games as that. You can kind of either be on the sidelines watching, or you can actually go to an event and participate fully. Yeah. Right. Or even be in a relationship, for example. People would rather, some people would rather sit home and watch people on relationships, on television or whatnot, versus actually being in one. And there's so much joy in actually being in one. If you're not in one, then, you might lose the opportunity, and then 20 years might go down, or it could be any other area of life for that matter. But when you see things as a game, right, and you make it fun and engaging and captivating, and you're fully present moment by moment, great things start happening, right? And that's just how I play life. And I want to be that role model to my daughter and my son too as well, and what they can do and achieve for themselves too in their lives. And it's a big part of it is really being around other players, other people who show up and play that game. So, if you're part of the Baltimore Power Team, go connect, go engage, go show up at these events of that sort, because there is an opportunity to to network and to socialize and to learn strategies that you can apply right away.
Right.
So
and get into the classroom with other peak performers, because it's one of those things where we tend to get lost in the vacuum sometime, and being around other peak performers, it causes us to bring our own game up and to play at a higher level. And
exactly.
I love that you mentioned, I forgot we both met 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about Baltimore Washington Power Team, this has been a labor of love of mine for 13 and a half years. we've met every single month for 13 and a half
Wow.
years. We only
Wow.
missed like 1 or 2 meetings. One was last month because we were out in Chicago supporting Tony's UPW. They had the
Right.
first conflict in 13 years, and I think we had one snow out in there. But it every single second Wednesday, that's the key, and that's why I started it. That's why I kept it going when I was in Australia, because I see the magic that happens when great people come together and meet, get in proximity, share great ideas, and inspire one another. And it's just great things happen. I, I think it's awesome, and I really hope people are going to come out to see you. I think that's the other cool thing. You know, being around this environment for 15 years, there's so many amazing guests and speakers I've been able to bring in, yourself included, my friend. I know you're going to bring some great material for them, and you know, I mean, if you can accomplish a year's worth of goals in 90 days, I don't know what you're going to be doing that night, what kind of TV reruns that you'll be watching that would be better than learning how to accomplish a year's worth of amazing goals in 90 days. So, people, you're going to have to tell me what you got to do that's better than this. I hope you'll make the drive. I hope you'll come out, and I hope you'll hang out with some really cool people and listen to a great speaker make a real difference for people. So, man, I'm just really grateful that you're going to do it. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. It'll be
Beautiful.
awesome.
Beautiful, fantastic, right? I'm looking forward to it as well, also, my friend.
Fantastic.
Right. And I'm gonna also provide some strategies and focus, because for me, focus is everything. Focus and intention go, energy flows. So I want to provide some clear strategies on how to like really hack your focus on a daily basis. To really focus on things that really move you forward. So come check us out. That's really my passion. Like much everything I've been doing over the years is about shifting focus. In order to get more done, in order to live that full life, it's really about really hacking the way you think continually, and to be able to really, be that much more intentional, to be able to show up, moment by moment, and really have it all. It is possible to have it all in life, and if you're willing to see it as a game, and if you're willing to go after it and such. So thank you for the opportunity for connecting today on this session.
Absolutely. Total pleasure, man. I'm looking forward to it. I just celebrated my 10-year anniversary. Today's the 3rd on the 1st. So 2 days ago, celebrated 10 years. And
Wow.
I've been doing this entrepreneur thing for a long time.
Awesome.
And, it can always get better.
Is this 10 years with Legendary Love for Life? Is that 10 years with
absolutely.
that? Fantastic.
Yeah, since I walked away from my corporate job 10 years ago, 10 years and 2 days. So my point is that you can always get better. And I think that comes from, putting yourself in that room, meeting other people, learning new things, sharpening the saw. I mean, the things I do today, I had no idea, 20 years ago, for instance. So if you had told me I was going to be doing this today, now, the world changes. It is rapidly changing. The technology we're using today was unheard of 3 years ago, or 10 years ago, whatever it is. And I think, just getting in there and continually sharpening the saw, which is one of the principles from Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And that's what got me started, even before Tony. So,
me too.
that's why I love the power team idea. It's why I go and speak at other power teams. I love meeting those people and sharing great stuff that can make a huge difference in people's lives.
Absolutely. One little tidbit I want to offer your audience, and that's something I learned years ago. It's made a huge difference in my life. It's the nature of conversations. So we have our dreams, we have all these, our vision for where we want to be down the line. Maybe we might have some goals to be in a relationship or to be a millionaire, let's say. But one thing I learned, that's a good goal to have, right? It's a big goal to have. And one thing I've learned is that these conversations in life, unless we keep them alive, they just disappear over time. Unless we're actively communicating and declaring, intentions, all these goals and dreams start disappearing. Sometimes they die away. So one of the great things about coming to a meeting about sort of, so you talked about 10-year anniversary with the legendary Love for Life. That wouldn't be there if you weren't being held accountable, if you weren't going to meetings and showing up as a leader continually and going to events where you were speaking and really keeping these conversations for possibility for your goals, your dreams around really empowering couples to really be their best and to find their love. If you didn't speak it out loud. So I'm gonna share strategies at the meeting on really how to keep your conversation, what's really important to you, how to keep those things really alive for you in your heart and around you, where people really trust you and they expect you continually to be that. Right. So someone in my circle, for example, Success Circles community, Huddle community, I organize, someone put something out to me that they're aiming to achieve a goal, let's say speaking to an audience of like 10,000 people, or to write a book, let's say best-selling book, I'm going to hold them to that. I really am. But and I'm going to hold them to that in a way that empowers them, inspires them. I'm going to keep that conversation alive for them in a way that they're also continually reminded and inspired by that each day. So every call we have, for example, members, people in my community, they declare their why. They really engage that why until it touches something within their heart, right? And it pulls to something. So it's something I want to offer to your audience right now in this moment that, whatever you're going after in life, find a way to keep those conversations alive, those dreams alive. And on Wednesday, I promise to share with you some really simple strategies on how to do that, even beyond like having a vision board and beyond like the simple things we already know about through being involved in this process. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, and I think that's a good reason to show up too. I mean, it's about having high expectations from yourself and others, and also accountability. I mean, that's the thing. One of the things I'm really proud about is the fact that 13 and a half years, we've met every single month, and I don't think that's a really sexy secret, right? Schedule it, and they will come. It is the second Wednesday of every month. There've been, let's be honest, there've been a number of people who wanted to start, power teams, gone to an event, got inspired, said, I'm going to start this group, and they met a handful of times. But when you schedule it for the second Wednesday and I need to have a speaker for next month or the month after and the month after, somehow when you set it and forget it, and you just say, I know I need to have that done. And I have the accountability that other people are expecting. And like I said, I moved to Australia and I kept this group going because I knew I was coming back. And that's because I just see so much value in it. I want to inspire people. I want to keep them motivated. I want to see them, accomplishing amazing things. I've seen, this tribe collectively and individually do amazing things. And it's because these folks make the effort to get there, at the end of their busy work days or whatever they're doing, wherever they come from, drive from. I really value people's time and their commitment. And that's why I try to bring in really great speakers who are going to bring them something that makes it worth driving there on a school night and dealing with any kind of rush hour traffic. And I know you, my friend, will deliver. So I feel good about it, and I'm looking forward to it, my friend.
Beautiful. I look forward to seeing you live in person and your audience there as well also. And come out for a fun night and learn something new. And I promise that we'll add a lot of value that, that'll fuel you to complete 2018 this year powerfully, probably reaching one of your big, hairy, audacious goals and dreams.
That sounds good. And I think we got a lot of, we have some new people who are expressing some interest. After Chicago, we've enrolled and got some new people signing up, and there's some new interest from all new people who are coming out of UPW, and they're on fire and ready to go. So, you never know who you're going to meet there too. It might be a business partner or someone you'll do some kind of joint venture with. What I can promise you is they'll be pretty amazing in their own right. So, I mean, come on out and meet us all. It's going to be great. And looking forward to it a lot.
Awesome. I'll see you then next week. Thank you, Dave, so much. And everyone, I'll see you then.
Awesome, buddy.
Enjoy.
All right, man. Take care.